Hello everyone, welcome to this next session on percentages now. In this session, we'll talk about the change in base. We talked about one formula in the last class which can make our questions easy. So this is another formula for the same type of questions. So let's discuss that now. So I'm giving an example to explain this to you. Let us say there is a city in which there are a total of 200 people. In a city, there are a total of 200 people. Out of these 200 people, he says 40% of the people are females and the remaining 60% are males. Out of 200 people, 40% are females and 60% are males. Now what happens that 50 more males join the city. 50 more males join the city. So what will be the new percentage of males? Though this question is easy for us, we can easily find out the answer to such a question. That because initially 40% females were there, that means the number of females were 40% of 200, that is equal to 80. The males were 60% of 200, that is equal to 120. Now because 50 more male have joined, that means the new number of females is still 80, but the new number of males have become 170. And the total population of the city now is 250. So according to this new population, you can say the number of males is equal to 170, and out of 250 as a percentage, there would be 170 divided by 250 into 100. So when I calculate this, this gives me 68%. That means the new percentage of males is 68%. And the percentage of females would automatically be 32%. Now this question looks quite simple because I have just given you the population, I have given you the number of males joining it, and then I have asked you the percentage of males only. This question could have been made difficult as well. So I'll talk about that too later on. But once let's understand this question well, that what all could have been done in this question itself. I'll tell you the shortcut which can be used here in this question. Here, the important part is if there were 60% males, they were 120, and they have increased by 50, but the number of females have not changed. They are 80, they were 80. So there is no change in the number of females. So if I talk about females only, the percentage of females initially was 40%. And the new percentage of females comes out to be 32%. If I look at the total population of the city, it was 200 initially, and now the total population is 250. Look at the ratio of the females initially and now. 40 is to 32. If you cancel out it by 8, it gives me the ratio as 5/4. And if you calculate the ratio of the total population and cancel out it by 50, this gives you 4/5. And this is the rule that I'm discussing with you now, that whenever a number remains constant, the way number of females here have remained constant, but the total changes, the way the total has changed here, you will see that the percentage of females, right? The percentage of females will change in inverse proportion to the total. Percentage of females change in inverse proportion to the total. I'll tell you the reason as well, that why is this happening. Actually, the total population was 200, 40% of them were females. So the number of females were 40% of 200. Now the population is 250 and the number of females is equal to 32%. So it is 250 into 32%. Because in both the cases, the number of females is equal, you can say 200 divided by 250. If I take 250 on this side, this will be equal to 32 divided by 40 if I take 40 on the other side. So 200 divided by 250 is equal to 32/40. This is exactly what I have done here, that the ratio of the percentages is inverse of the ratio of two totals. Now let us try to use this concept in a question, and I'll give you a question which actually appeared in CAT only. So let us discuss that question now. So I'll write the question for you here. The question was that fresh grapes contain contain 80% water by weight. So I don't remember the exact figures. It was something like this. Whereas the question says dry grapes contain, let's say 20% water. The dry grapes contain 20% water. And the question is, what is the quantity of dry grapes that can be obtained, from say 20 kg fresh grapes, that can be obtained from 20 kg fresh grapes. So how can we use that concept here? I'll talk about that now. So there are two things. One is fresh grapes, and these fresh grapes contain 80% water. And obviously, when 80% is water, the remaining 20% will be the solid part. Let's call it pulp. I'm representing it by P. And the total quantity of fresh grapes is given to us as 20 kg. Also, look at dry grapes. In case of dry grapes, I see that the percentage of water is 20%. So automatically, the percentage of pulp is 80%. Now, what is the quantity of dry grapes that can be obtained? This is exactly what the question is asking me. So how can I solve this question now? Here the important part is, what is the process of obtaining dry grapes from fresh grapes? So the process of obtaining is that you evaporate water from the fresh grapes. So when you evaporate some water from the fresh grapes, so automatically they'll become dry grapes. And when only water is evaporated, the quantity of pulp remains constant. The quantity of pulp remains constant. So if I use that concept here, let us say the quantity of dry grapes that can be obtained from these is x kg. So as I told you, the ratio of the two percentages of pulp, they are 20 and 80. The ratio of the two percentages, it is inverse of the ratio of the total. So total was 20 by x, but inverse of that would be written as x by 20. And this will give me the value of x as 20 into 20 divided by 80, or 5 kg. So therefore the answer to my question is 5 kg. That 5 kg dry grapes can be obtained from 20 kg fresh grapes. Here, keep one thing in mind. It is normally a difficult process to obtain dry grapes from fresh grapes by working on water. Because if you start working on water, the problem is I cannot use this process there, because the quantity of water is changing. I told you you can use this concept only when the quantity remains constant. So here I could use it on pulp only because the quantity of pulp remained constant. Had water remained constant, I would have worked on water. Because pulp remained constant, therefore I worked on pulp. I hope this concept is clear to you. And to be better at this concept, I would suggest to do some more questions where you find such things. So do some questions of percentages. Keep this in mind. I'm once again repeating it, that if a quantity remains constant, but the total quantity changes, the change in the total is inversely proportional to the change in the percentage of that constant quantity. So this is about the change in base. Okay, let us discuss a question on this now. Pause the video here, take some time to answer this question, and then look at the solution after that. Okay, pause it now. So let's start discussing the question now. So the question says the total cost of a product is consisted of raw material, labor cost, and miscellaneous cost, where miscellaneous cost is 45% of the total cost. The raw material cost is increased by 100%, whereas the labor cost and miscellaneous cost remains the same. Due to this, the miscellaneous cost becomes 30% of the total cost. What is the percentage of raw material cost in the original total cost? So I assume the total cost to be TC. It is consisted of raw material cost plus labor cost plus miscellaneous cost. It is given to us that this is 45%. He says raw material cost increased by 100%. And due to this, the miscellaneous cost becomes 30% of the total. But keep this in mind. This does not change, right? There is no change in it, and there is no change in it. So miscellaneous cost remains constant, still its percentage changes. So I hope you all remember this now, that in whatever ratio the percentages are for miscellaneous cost, in the inverse of that ratio would be the total cost. And the same would have been true for the labor cost as well, but actually that is not given to us. So we'll talk about miscellaneous cost only. In what ratio are these two now? They are in a ratio of 3:2. That means the total cost must have been in a ratio of 2:3. Because in whatever ratio the percentages of miscellaneous are there, in the reverse ratio would be the total cost ratio. So total cost is in a ratio of 2:3. So can I say the total cost has increased by 50%? The total cost has increased by 50%. And this increase is only because of the raw material cost. So he says raw material is increased by 100%. So can I say that 50% of the total cost is actually equal to 100% of the raw material cost, right? 50% of the total cost is 100% of the raw material cost. Or we can also say 50 divided by 100 is equal to R divided by T, or you can say raw material cost is half of the total cost. Raw material cost is half of the total cost, and this is exactly what the question is asking you. What is the percentage of raw material cost in the original total cost? So my answer would be 50%, because the raw material cost is 50% of the total cost. So the concept that we have used here is the same that we have studied before, that if the value remains constant, for example here the miscellaneous cost remains constant, but its percentage changes. Its percentage has changed from 45% to 30%. So basically it has changed from 3:2 if I look in terms of ratios. And that 3/2 means a ratio of 2:3 is from total cost. That means there is an increase of 50% in the total cost. And all that 50% increase is because of the raw material cost only, because no other cost has changed. So therefore we are saying 50% of total is 100% of raw material cost. From there we got the answer. And as I told you, even if the percentage of labor cost was given to us, we would have worked the same way. Even if the question asks you that what is the ratio of the two percentages of the labor cost initially and in the new case, you can still say they would also be in a ratio of 3:2. Anything which will not change, but only the percentage changes, would be in the same ratio of 3:2 in the entire mixture. I hope you understood this question now. Okay, everyone. So that's all about this session. Thank you very much.